Hello, my name is Marian. In this video, we are going to talk about how to type a research paper in APA format. For the order of pages, you want to start with your title page, abstract, text, references, your footnotes, tables, figures, if you have any. So you want to make sure that you follow this outline. And I did get this information from the APA Style website, and I will have that in the later slides for you. For a student title page, this is all that you have to have on it. So just make sure that you are having your title of the paper, and then make sure that you put your name or all the author's name, your course number, the name for the paper to be submitted, the instructor name, the assignment due date. Make sure that the page number is at the top corner. Later on in the presentation, you will actually see me go into the Word document and type the research paper. This is an example of how your title page should look. If you can look at the number 1 at the right corner of the page, and then you see the title of the paper in bold, you can double space and then also make sure that you enter about 3 to 4 times to get the title far away from the number like that. And then I also have another example where I can just show you exactly from the website where it states that as well. And you see right here that the page number is placed at the right corner or in the right corner. And then this is the information that you can use for your font. I always use Times New Roman, but you do not have to. There's plenty of fonts on this paper you can choose from. Make sure that you have your page header and make sure that you number it, especially if you are a student. This lets you know how much spacing you need, and then you want to make sure that you have double space your entire paper, especially if you are a student. For your margins, I use 1-inch margins all around, like it states. So depending on what type of research paper you are doing, just follow the guidelines for your margins. This is more information on the paragraph formatting. This is how your references should look whenever you get to the end of your paper. Make sure that it looks like this. And this is another example that I grabbed from the APA website. I will put the link down in the presentation at the end for you to go to. And here you go, right here. It's apastyle.apa.org. So you just want to just copy and paste this link into the website. It has a lot of information that you can follow on how to format your paper in APA style, especially if you are writing an essay or research paper. And if you are in college as well, you can use this. Right here, you will see me typing the research paper. Click on layout first whenever you are in Word. I like to start with my margins. Make sure that it is 1 inch all around. Go to your spacing. Change the line spacing to double space. For the spacing, you want it set at 0. And then you can go ahead and put in your page numbers. This is the one I use. And then now I double space, or I enter 3 times to get my title to show up right there. I'm using Times New Roman. You want to make sure that you bold the title only for the title page. This is a research topic that I did whenever I was enrolled into my bachelor's degree. So I just wanted to show you an example. Make sure that you are choosing a paper that you're comfortable with, that you can research good topics on. Make sure you type your name, your college, the program that you are in. That's what I'm typing now. And put your college name right here. And then you can put the course that you're in where I'm typing at now. Type your professor name right here. And then type the due date right there, the due date of the paper. So now you will see me just keep entering down. And then now I'm about to start my paper. I'm going to bold the title again. So the title of my paper, I'm putting it right here for the title again. And my instructor did not require us to have an abstract, so that's why I didn't have one for my student paper. Sometimes your instructor, depending on what type of research paper you're doing, they will let you know if you need an abstract or not. So just follow those guidelines. So I took the bold off and then I just tabbed over and then I just started typing my paper. So at the end of this presentation, you will actually see my full research paper that I did. I didn't want to type it as I went along in this PowerPoint presentation because it is very long. It's over 2,000 words. So, and then I have that in the PowerPoint presentation at the end, how many words it actually is. So, make sure that you are doing research on a topic that you are interested in because it would just make it a lot easier for you to write your paper. That's why it was easy for me to put together this type of research paper because I work in radiology. So I chose to do a research paper on the modality. That's what we call it, our specialty. We call it different modalities. I chose to do a research on mammography and breast ultrasound. And then it is October where I'm filming this, so it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So this is just an overall good topic to put together. And then make sure that you have autocorrect on. You're going to see me type out words and then go back and erase, or it may flag it and say this is incorrect. So just make sure that you have autocorrect on so that it can flag your mistakes because you do not want to get bad grades if you are misspelling words because you just need all the points you can get. So I'm not going to type the full research paper. I'm just going to type just a little bit here and there. And then after this, you'll see me type another section. And then I will type the conclusion. And then I will show you how I do the actual resources page. I'm almost done with this paragraph. I like to have anywhere from 5 to 6 sentences in each paragraph. So now I'm going to center again and then bold it because I'm starting like a new section. This is going to be about the background of mammography and breast ultrasound and why it is needed, how it is helpful. So if you would like to read this research paper that I typed up, I would have the screenshots of my actual research paper in this PowerPoint presentation. So I made an A on that paper. I think I actually wrote way above what was required. So that's another thing you can do whenever you are writing your research paper. Make sure that you are brainstorming first. So what I did, I had a notebook and I just wrote every detail that I could think of. I brainstormed in a notebook first. And then after I finished, I started typing all of this into Word. So I'm almost done. As you can see, I am doing my citing in this paragraph. In the first paragraph, it's just giving you a general information of what the essay is going to be about. But in this background section, I am actually citing where my information came from. I'm summarizing it. I'm not using the exact wording. So just make sure that you paraphrase or summarize the information you found because you do not want to have your paper flagged for plagiarism. And then another thing, if you do work in the field of radiology and you found this video or you just want to do an essay, just you can look at my information, but please do not copy it because now when you submit papers, it get put into like this bank of essays and research papers, and it can flag if you plagiarized or not. Even I can't even use my own papers in the future. So now this is the conclusion paragraph. This is where I'm just going to type the conclusion, and you see on this page it say number 3. So when I put my page number at the top, it's going to keep just counting each page I come on. I do not have to keep changing that number. So just so you can know. But yeah, now whenever you submit essays and research papers, your college will put it in a bank and it stay there and it can flag to see if you plagiarized or not. Like I was saying, even I can't use my paper in the future. Even if I want to touch on this topic, I have to reword things or just come up with a new research paper, or I can plagiarize on my own paper. So after I finish typing this conclusion, we will do the resources page. And this research page or paper is very long. I just typed out a little bit here and there just so you can see the format. And you can see that I do have the entire page double space. I'm almost done with this. I'm getting close to the end of this conclusion right here. So if you would like to, in the comment section on my video, feel free to put what you are in school for, what you feel like you want to do an essay or research paper on. I'm curious to know what all you are researching. All right, this is my reference page, sorry. This is for my references. So you want to make sure that you go back to the left side of the page, take out bold, and then you want to just start typing where you got the information from, like the author, and then alphabetical order. You want to put this information in. So, for example, Bream, we're starting with. You want to put Bream now, but if you have a person last name, let's say Williams, you're gonna put Williams after Bream, or if somebody last name Charles, you'll put Charles after Bream. So just label the last name in alphabetical order. So whenever you see, you're gonna see that I am typing out my references like this. I know that the second line have to have a hanging um, indentation, so you will see that in a second. First, I'm just going to just type all of this out first, and then I'll show you how to go back to layout and change how you can get that indentation to come up. So as you can see that I'm going back to my toolbar and I'm changing, I'm putting italics and then I'm taking it away. So just pay attention to what you need to change those things for. And then for my website, whenever I am citing, I always like to put the DOI. You may have your instructor tell you if you can cite the DOI. It's just a better reference, um, a credible reference you can use. Okay, I am almost done with this. So now you see that I made sure that I highlighted everything. I went back to layout Now I'm on paragraph indentation, and then I'm clicking that box saying don't add space. Indentation, change it to hanging. And see, now that's how you want everything to look. So my final paper will not have that blue line underneath that area. This is just an example, and I just chose not to change it because I knew I was going to have an example at the end. This is another example of how my margins look. I have 1 inches all around. And then under paragraph, make sure that you are double spacing your entire page. Under spacing, you're going to have after, it's going to be a number there, but just change it to 0 and hit OK. Right here, this is my real paper that I turned in for my research class. So you see how I had my title bold, I had my name, the name of the program that I was in, the name of the class, and my due date. And then this is what I was actually typing. And you see my page number is following. I do not have to go back up and change each one to 2 or 3 or 4. It just keep going as I keep typing a new page. This is my background. You see that now I'm starting to have my citations put inside of the paper. And you can just pause it whenever you want to, and you can read it if you want to, or you can just study it if you need to. But just for now, I'm just going to keep clicking the button to just move along. And then this is page 3. This is where I had to write the research question. So in this information right here, I'm going to have the research question probably on this next slide. So at the end, the very end of the second paragraph of the last paragraph on this page, you see it say this research will be guided by the following research question. So here's my question. So this is the question, and then I had to do a literature review. And this is for a college course. I was actually enrolled into my bachelor's program whenever I typed this paper. This is just talking about mammograms, breast ultrasounds, why it is beneficial, how can it help detect breast cancer, how both of them can help treat a patient, whether or not they have breast cancer or a breast cyst. So this is what this research paper is talking about. So it's very long, so I'm just clicking through, and then I'll just let you all just read it on your own time. If you want to, you can just pause it, but for now, you can see how I have everything formatted. I just wanted you to see how I had my end citations and how I had my format. But I'm getting close to the end because I remember this research paper because I was very interested in the topic. That's why it was so easy for me to do it because I also work in it as well. So for my methods, I just did comparison and I had numbers on what percentage does this or what person said this, and then I just did my measurements for my research paper. This is more information. I'm getting close to the end. So everything that you put in the body or your entire research paper, you want to make sure that you are citing it on the reference page as well. Make sure that you are citing all those names you use. This is my conclusion page. I have my numbers on all of these. You may not be able to see it well, but my numbers is to the right corner on all of these pages. This is just going to continue from the other conclusion page. That's why now you see the number 10 right here, and you probably did see it on the previous slide. My references, And I highlighted the DOI because it's very important whenever you are citing or putting information on your references. Just try to make sure that you can cite something that has a DOI so that you can just easily get to. And then most instructors want you to have a DOI if you can find one. Sometimes you can't, but majority of the time you can find the DOI. So I have that highlighted. More information. Like I was saying, you want to make sure that you are using every source from your paper and you're putting it in this reference page, because if you don't, you can get flagged for plagiarizing. So just make sure that you cite everything, put every person, every article, every journal, every website that you use in your research paper so you do not get flagged for plagiarism, and then be able to get kicked out the program or your school. All right, this is the end of this. As you can see, I had 2,700 words. So I wrote a lot or typed a lot of words in this. I was very interested in the subject. I was able to choose my own topic. So just find something you're interested in. So I appreciate you for all watching. Thank you for just viewing this video, and I hope to see you all in the next one. Thank you.